Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to keep your email inbox clean. Now, it can get cluttered up for a number of different reasons, such as, for example, you've subscribed to the wrong things online, or maybe your data has been stolen in a data breach, that sort of thing. So anyway, first of all, most important thing, if you are a normal person living your day-to-day life, you're going to want two email addresses. What you're going to do is you're going to have a personal email address, which you use to apply for jobs, and email friends. That's pretty much it. That's what you'll use it for. And you'll want a subscriber email address, which you will use to sign up to social media. You'll use this address to subscribe to different things online. Let's say you've got a Netflix subscription or things like that. But all of the emails that will come from those sites will get filtered out by your subscriber email, so your personal email won't get cluttered. And this is pretty much the same if you're a businessman like me, so you'd have a third one, which is a business address, which would basically also just be used for business and business communications. So, when you get an email into your email inbox that you don't want, this is from an emailing list, or it's just a random email that you just never wanted to arrive there, what you want to do is you want to add that to your blocked list immediately. Now, there's a number of people who will tell you that you definitely have to unsubscribe, but a lot of the time these come from small companies or companies masquerading as other companies. So, for example, you might get one from Panasonic, you might get one from Sony, and if you are clicking the unsubscribe list, it will tell you to enter your email address and some other information, and then that information can end up getting passed on to other people. So it is much better to block people if you're getting these emails. If they are an email list that you've signed up to, say Sony, Panasonic, or you just don't want to receive emails from a specific company like LinkedIn, you can go onto the website and basically unsubscribe from the emailing lists through the website. That's how you'll get rid of those kind of emails coming in, because ideally you don't want to be entering your email information online and having that sort of stack and build up. So basically, depending on your mail service, you will basically want to block everybody who is sending you unwanted email as soon as it comes in. Now, if you've got two email addresses, you're already having all your subscription things, and all of the bad emails will be filtered out, so it's not going to interrupt your life, and that will be the same with business. And it's really, really good if you're worried about, say, you're paying for products and you're getting receipts through on a subscription email. You can basically just forward them, and you can use ref codes and send those to your own folders and things like that. You can look up how to do this for your own your emailing service or application that you use. It's fairly simple, so you can just put like a reference on it, and that will automatically put it in the folder for you. So with that level of control, you're not going to have to deal with a lot of the problems that are going to build up. So whenever anything comes through, like your subscription, just send that over to your other email address with your ref code, and it'll go directly into your folder. Makes accounting easy. But anyway, if you've got these kind of systems in place, so you're blocking people who are unwanted emailers, and you're doing that, you're keeping your private email away from that kind of interaction, you're much less likely to have your private information data mined by any company or basically sold. So even if you end up getting a huge amount of spam at a time, let's say you've tried to unsubscribe to one mailing list and it signed you up to like 500 different mailing lists, you're going to be able to avoid that kind of confrontation. Now, a large reason that things are very, very problematic here, especially here in the UK. There are laws against subscribing people against their will, but nobody really seems to care about those. And the problem is that when you've got a marketer who has built an emailing system for people, a lot of the time they're focusing more on bulk. When they try and sell Facebook advertising, they say, we're going to increase your reach, more people will see you. So they focus entirely on reach rather than engagement, and that's a lot of the reasons why they fail. Because what you really want is, you don't really care about reach, you just care about the engagements. In fact, most marketers will generally try and avoid, if they're good at what they do, they'll generally try and avoid talking about things, because they don't want their clients saying, well, I want X amount of people interacting with me this month, because you can't do that. As a marketer, you can't guarantee that more people are going to come on board. So most people will say, oh, we've got another 1,000 emails that have subscribed to us this month, another 1,000, another 1,000. Well, to me, what's the point in having 1,000,000 emails that are subscribed if nobody's ever opening them? And a good email marketer will be able to say, okay, I'm setting these parameters so that if people don't open, say, 3 emails in a row, or they only open them for a couple of seconds and they don't even bother reading them, they're not interested in the content, so I'm going to remove them automatically from the emailing list. And that actually fine-tunes things. It's better to get an email out that goes to 20 people who will open it every single time than it is to go out to 10 million people who won't open it and will never look at it. But the problem is because a lot of marketers, especially for small companies, they just require the idea of having bulk. So they'd rather have a big number of people they can advertise out to. They tend to fail because they are basically setting themselves up into a position where they're sending out 10,000 emails to people. They're paying for all of this extra space, all of this extra contact, and they're not really getting anything for it, but they're at least able to say to the customer, oh, I sent out 10,000 emails this month, and they're able to prove it. But if people aren't interested, they should really be removed from the system, because they aren't interested, and that's why they haven't looked at the emails. And there are a lot of emailing softwares that can do this. The problem is when you are a normal person and you're going about your day-to-day, you don't want to get 100,000 emails coming through to your email box. If anything, it'll make you pissed off at the company, because you'll think, well, why am I getting emails from this? And sometimes the emailing systems don't even properly unsubscribe you. This is another issue with the way things are set up, because some of these marketers will try and be a little bit clever and say, oh, well, if you are unsubscribing from this emailing list, I'm going to automatically add you to a different emailing list that will remind you again in the future. And then if they get hacked, or they lose the data through a breach, that sort of thing. That is being hacked, by the way. Sorry, it's been a long day. But if they go through an experience like this and they lose your data, that could go out to, let's say you bought a pair of fuzzy earmuffs, that could go out to 500 earmuff companies that aren't necessarily following the rules and regulations of British commerce. So they may all send you all of these emails and subscribe you to God knows how many lists. So you may end up being trapped in a vicious cycle of having to get rid of this problem. But at least if you've got your own subscriber list, you are controlling everything away from your personal list. And then let's say your subscriber email gets absolutely chock full of absolute nonsense 100% of the time. Well, anything that's important, you just subscribe to it with a new subscriber email and let the old email go. Just say goodbye, farewell, you're gone. It's not ideal, and it's not the perfect way to deal with everything. However, it is absolutely impossible to stop people from making your life a living nightmare. Any of these emailing services that say, oh, we will remove you from God knows how many emailing lists on the internet, they won't do that. It's not possible for them to go and remove them from all of these different companies. And the problem is that these will also subscribe you to different emailing lists, and that can be a huge problem. So the best thing to do is just go onto the thing, get the person's email or the company's email, and just block them straight away, because that will keep your inbox clean. Next step, if you are going through your inbox and you're worried that it's still getting a little bit cluttered, even if it's emails that you want to come into your inbox, if there's emails in there that aren't useful, just get rid of them, just delete them. There's no point in keeping something that is useless. Like, for example, some random email from a company that just has basic information on a product that you're not interested in. So if you don't want that, just get rid of the email. And best thing to do, try not to subscribe to anything online. The more subscriptions you've got online, the bigger the chance that you're going to become attacked by some sort of data breach, and that your email is going to be given out to other companies, and there's very little that can be done to stop it. Anyway, I hope that this email's been helpful. And if you are wondering about how to block using your own email services, my recommendation is looking up a video on how to block using your different emailing service. So for example, if you've got Outlook, it's going to be different from Gmail, it's going to be different from Thunderbird. There's all sorts of different mail services out there for people. So me explaining how it works for me is not necessarily going to explain how it works for you. If you want to do cool email stuff, there's plenty of tutorials out there. Anyway, I hope this video has helped. Make sure you basically protect yourself, safeguard yourself from all of this spam, and take care and have a lovely day. Bye.